Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's Win Michaels. Today in this video here, I will be sharing with you some of the technical setups on some of the crypto assets I'm looking at in the next few days, few weeks. Well, it's been a bearish market for some time now, and I think I have various reasons technically why I believe that market is still gonna move in that direction for quite some time. And here are some things which we're going to be looking out for today. We're going to be looking at some technical setups based on the Elliott wave concept, and also based on those common chart patterns which you might or sometimes might not have recognized in the market. So I'm here to give you some guidelines and also share with you some of those trading plans which I'm looking out for. Alright guys, if you are new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and also smash on the notification bell on this channel so you'll be getting all the informations whenever I post content such as this. Okay, so I'll not be going back in time to show you why or when I started looking at some bearish scenarios in the market, and I shared with you guys also back in this channel as early as beginning of the year. Also in December, I also made note of the reasons why I want to see market be in more bearish trend for quite some time until we have a clear indication of some bullish setup starting to develop in the market. All right, so let me just dive into this one here. So here on the BTC here, this is the king of all the crypto assets here. So we've seen actually some support, some bouncing off, okay, some technical structures here, and I would say that this could also be a very unique one. So if either you're trading the Elliott wave for this kind of scenario here, or you're trading on whatsoever pattern you want to be looking out for, I'm going to take this off. So, but definitely this is a corrective pattern. Okay, so we've looked at some corrective patterns example in some of my episodes back also in this channel here, how you can identify them, and I've also made mention specifically that corrective patterns are those price movements, choppy price movements within parallel lines. Okay, so if I'm going to put up some parallel lines here, you're going to see that all the activities that happened around here happened within a confinement of this upward channel right here. Okay, so that's actually correction. Okay, so taking another look back, okay, so we had some price movements here which I also shared with some of my groups here. We've had some bit of correction here, but I think this really looks different for those of you that actually were looking at this Elliott wave count here. So this was a very simple one. I'm going to share with you this setup here. Okay, so it was a very strong impulse here, so I labeled this as my A wave. You had some substructures of this structure here. So this is a flat pattern. All right, it's a running flat, not an expanded flat. So this is a running flat, and then we had pricing move to upside and then form as an ending diagonal here. So we can look at the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 to create, then with 5 to create the C wave here. All right, so that's what I was looking out for, and then we had price drop to the downside, waiting for this retracement to come in. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you also in another episode those Fibonacci areas and why you should look to target those levels there. So if I go and put up my Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, you can see that 61.8 was a very nice rejection there. Okay, so this was a very nice rejection area because it's an important Fibonacci area, also similar with the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement area there. In my analysis, or also back here in the Trading Academy here, we've actually developed some sort of strategy to some sort eliminate the 78.6 in our analysis. Here are some reasons why I wanted to eliminate this retracement areas here, because oftentimes when price goes beyond up to 78.6, definitely there's going to be a change in that setup. Okay, so looking at this area here, we might not be looking at for a full reversal price having hit this territory here, but we might be looking at some sort of bit of choppiness, maybe some sort of retracement of the larger degree impulse. Okay, so with that, we've seen also price continue downward. after hitting this area here, dropping back to near support. So here we have a near support around this area. If you look at this, we have support around the 18,700 up to 18,300 area. This has been a very huge support here for BTC for quite some time, but definitely the overall trend has been to the downside. Okay, so it's best to see when and how price will then develop back into the downside. All right, so looking at this one here, we've seen another corrective pattern within the structure here. So substructures, we've seen some corrective patterns here, and I expect BTC to as well further move to the downside, but I'm not going to be in a hurry because this is a weekend, and I'm not going to be in a hurry to start trading off this one here, but I'm going to allow my trade to still continue running into some areas. Okay, so I'm looking at a possibility that BTC might also hit 16k in the next few months. Okay, possibly I'm looking at 16k and also a visible target for price to also hit. All right, so looking at the next one here, I'm going to be looking at ETH. Okay, so ETH on ETH is also similar here because we are overall bearish on ETH, and I still expect some price movements to continue in that fashion here. So here I'm going to give you guys a very simple analysis, not a very too complicated one. Okay, it's going to be a very simple analysis here that we've seen ETH continue bouncing more of higher highs, higher lows, and then that's what we'll continue to see with ETH here. I'm going to expand this channel a little bit here. I'm going to draw this just a little bit down there. Okay, so I'm going to draw this upside here. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and adjust this channel right here. So what we looked at for ETH is we had some sort of corrective pattern here for ETH, and then we actually seeing price still continuing its bearishness to downside. Okay, so we've seen price some sort of go off or out of this range here, but however, if for some of you guys that would love to adjust your trend line to look like this, okay, so we are still bouncing up the trend line. Okay, we're still bouncing up the trend line here on ETH. Okay, so we're bouncing off the trend line. We've seen how price have hit this high, dropped one more time, hit back the trend line there, and then it's still continuing in a downward fashion here. For some of you that actually would love to count the waves or to see me count the wave, these are some wave patterns which I could identify also in this one, and I just want to quickly share it with you guys, giving you guys insight as to where we are looking at the wave count. And we've seen some more of ending structure. Okay, so you guys understand this, some ending structure here, and this could be the extreme of the C wave. Okay, so this is going to be our A wave, this is B wave, this is C wave as an ending pattern there. So for those of you that understand the Elliott wave concept, so this is the start of a new wave downside. Okay, so I expect one to continue downward, so this could be our wave 1, wave 2, so we're actually looking out for a wave 3 to continue to downside, then we look for wave 4, then maybe wave 5 to downside, prices continue or downside. Okay, so looking out for that one there, I'm still expecting some bearish opportunities to still dive into coming with that one, and whenever it does, I think we will be ready to take up some trading positions as well, and also put up some orders as well. Okay, so looking at the next crypto asset which I'm going to be sharing with you is going to be the TRX. Okay, so before I do that, ADA has indeed fallen off that huge support area which I spoke about before. I did speak about ADA inside of this territory here, that this was also a very good support area there around the 0.407 area was also a huge support, and we've seen some wedge pattern here, and price have also broken out of that structure there. So it's best to further see more downside, wait to see more downside coming in for this one here, as price will also continue to move downside. Okay, so after this huge breakout here, I would expect ADA to move back into the 0.3 territories, and maybe just maybe beyond that area there. Okay, so if you're looking out for some price or trend following movements, you can actually look at trading for waiting for this one to continue downside. Okay. All right, so let's look at also BNB and what opportunities are there for this one on BNB. It was quite a very huge, similar to what we had on BTC, similar to what we had on ETH. This is another setup here. So this one here is also similar to this ones we had previously on other assets as well. Then I'm expecting that price will also further continue downside. Looking at this one, I think we've had a very strong bounce off a very good Fibonacci area. So this is about the 50% Fibonacci area there. So I think we have a very definite supply when it comes to ETH. Okay, so I'm going to be waiting at the supply here. This is one of the currency paid. I'm going to be recommending a short, okay, around. Okay, so we have a very defined supply area here. So this is a very defined supply area there, and you can as well look at out for that area there. And just maybe if you are a very conservative trader, you can actually look at aiming at the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement or this territory here. So this is going to be your very cool target around the $243 mark, and you can actually put your stop loss. Entry should be around the at max. I'm not expecting price to hit 300 again. I'm expecting price to be around the 296 territory, 295 territory, 294 territory. I'm going to put my stop loss around the 310 or beyond, a little bit beyond 310 area. I'm going to be targeting the 243 area there for a take profit. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. That's also what I would recommend for BNB. That's Binance Coin. You can actually look out for that and also be looking to doing that as well. Okay, so let's look at the next one, which is the Dogecoin. Dogecoin actually is also in a downtrend, so I could expect some more of downside possibilities to still continue for this one after a huge correction that broke out here. So I'm expecting more of bearish continuations to the downside before we can expect some sort of pullback here. So this area here is some sort of range that we've seen price trade around. So you can actually aim for taking some shots around the supply area here, which is going to be around the 0.067 area there. That could be a very good supply area. I think for this one here, I think stop loss should be around the just slightly above the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of this structure here. So I would expect that. We've seen the lows back inside of here. Okay, so we have lows inside of here. So I think for a target, we could as well look out for the 127 extension of this structure here. So 127 extension of this structure could be a nice target area. Okay, so for that one, price should continue down. If price continues downside, this is what I'm looking out for technically to do in the next couple of days. All right, so with that, I think I wrap up this session. See you on the next one. I'm going to be dropping with you some of the Elliott wave tips and also how you can effectively count the Elliott wave with your bare eyes. Okay, so I love you all. Subscribe. Please also share these videos with friends. That would be the best thank you, and it also help in the creation of more videos such as this one. See you on my next video.